Hello and welcome back. In my earlier webcast on business continuity, I explained as to what is business continuity and why do organizations need a business continuity plan. In this webcast, I'll explain on what are the various trigger points, and what are the various entities involved in the business continuity management system. Trigger points. On a broader level, the key trigger point for a business continuity plan to be executed is site outage. A site outage could occur due to a fire, a flooding, it could be due to an earthquake, it could be landslide, it could be a bomb, a terrorist attack, or it could be any other reason, a tornado for example. Generally these would be either acts of nature or maybe human acts, deliberate, non-deliberate. In any of these cases, if the site is unavailable, it would also be available but inaccessible to the employees. So that too would be a site outage. In these cases, a business continuity plan is executed. On a less broader level, it is possible that an organization has a critical asset which has not been duplicated or made 100% redundant at another location. For example, consider a mainframe. The organization has an IT department which runs a data center that has a mainframe which hosts all the applications. Due to the inherent costs and difficulties involving in duplicating a mainframe at an alternate location, if for any reason this mainframe were to be non-available, in this case, though the site is available and accessible, the employees can still come into the building. Due to the non-availability of the mainframe, it warrants for initiation of a business continuity plan. The next topic in this webcast is what are the various entities involved in a business continuity management system. So we consider an organization with the various departments. So we have sales, marketing, finance, HR, manufacturing. All these organizations have their business processes, and in today's world, these business processes are enabled by IT applications. So we have CRM applications, enterprise resource management applications, and supply chain management applications, customer side within the organization with respect to the vendor. And all of these are hosted, run, maintained and developed by the IT. That brings us to an important point that in most of the organizations, the IT organization is the one which actually is in charge of developing, designing and implementing the business continuity plans. They start with a disaster recovery plan and subsequently build it up into a business continuity plan. More of that in plans. So here we have this organization with the various functions enabled by the IT. So we start off with IT. The scope gets extended to include the entire business, which involves all the various departments. In today's world, no business is an island unto itself. It needs vendors. So we have this scope being extended to vendors. Vendors would be both those that supply products and services. For example, raw materials that the business uses for conversion to a final product, or it could be contractors of the vendors at their own location, or it could be contractors of the vendors at the location of the business. And scope expands to government. So these are the various legislations and regulations that a business has to adhere to in order to stay in existence. This is the extended ecosystem, as we call it. Extended business ecosystem. The scope of an organization should include all these entities, and it will also include the other entities whose role is important in case of disaster. So in case of an IT, we would have the warm site or cold site or hot site service providers. This also actually is a vendor being used by the IT, but it is not used in normal circumstances. We have the various the emergency respondents. So we have the medical teams, the ambulance, the EMTs. We have the police, and then we have the fire department. They also form part of the scope. In addition, we have the various local agencies. So we have the FEMA. In state of Maryland, we have the MEMA. These two form a part of the entire scope. So a business continuity management system includes IT department, the various business departments, the vendors, the government, the hot site, warm site or cold site service providers, the emergency response authorities, and the agencies that help you to build, exercise and audit your business continuity plans. Thank you for listening to my webcast, and the next webcast would cover the various plans that are involved in a comprehensive BCMS.